المكتب التعاوني للدعوة والإرشاد وتوعية الجاليات بخميس مشيط.
In the beginning, I welcome all of you and a special welcome to Brother Muhammad Minis. This man has been a witness to the progress of this center since there was no center until it has become what it is today, having a great influence in hundreds of thousands of people all over the world بفضل Azza wa Jal. And I'm wallahi very happy to see all of you and happier to see him today. ما شاء الله تبارك الله. أسأل الله أن يثبتنا وإياه وإياكم على طاعته وأن يوفقنا وإياكم لكل خير. As I mentioned to him a minute ago, subhanallah, he has a family and he wants to raise his family within a Muslim country. Muhammad, I don't want to say him in his face, Brother Minis, has given up many things for the sake of this deen. His previous wife, a lot of his property, but I learned from you, Muhammad, wallahi.
I tell you, man, I'm a witness that he did it 5 times more than I gave up.
When you give for the sake of Allah, من ترك شيئا لله عوضه الله خيرا منه. Whoever leaves anything for the sake of Allah, Allah will compensate him better. Has Allah compensated you better?
Yes, he has.
5 times better.
I mean, more than that. I can't even mention that.
And this is something very important, that when you have true trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we work as well, and you don't trust and sleep. And you trust on Allah and you find new opportunities. Those who trust Allah have new opportunities. But if you don't have trust in Allah, you will not find, let me look really for new opportunities. No. If Allah didn't make it work on this side, He will make it work in other sides even better. Even better. And it's not only you. I'm sure every one of us, if you really look at what has happened to you in life, and you focus on certain aspects of life where you had full trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how it came in a way that you never expected. It had happened in many times in my life and continues to happen. But we need to really have this tawakkul, true tawakkul. And as you know, brothers, there are 2 forms of ibadah. Ibadat of the faculties, that we make salah, we fast, we make istighfar, we go to hajj, we do all these things of your faculties. And ibadat of the heart. And these of the hearts are the ones that people don't see. But Allah knows very well. You see? And this is something where we focus because it will be reflected. Okay? And tawakkul is one of the great ibadat of the heart. When you have full trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is very clear in this surah, وَالضُّحَى وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى مَا وَدَّعَكَ رَبُّكَ وَمَا قَلَى. Okay, because you have full trust in Allah, all those people see what's going on, wahi didn't come, whatever, very few people accepting his message. But you know deep in your heart that you are on the right track. And you know deep in your heart that Allah will not forsake you. Allah will not forsake you. When you have this full trust, and you work for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you don't care about people. Results may not come very fast because it's a test. And even it's a test for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to strengthening his iman. Okay? And a test for those people who are ignorant and they don't know what is inside Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That he was in a position that he could not really protect himself, his family or his followers. Even he was given his da'wah in secret. He would see his own followers being mutilated, persecuted, and they will cry, say, I cannot do anything for you. You just sabran ala yasir. You must to be patient. Be patient. This is what I have for you. I cannot protect you. I cannot do anything to you. Deep in his heart, he knows that this deen will spread all over the world. لَيَبْلُغَنَّ هَذَا الْأَمْرُ مَا بَلَغَ اللَّيْلُ وَالنَّهَارُ. He said this while he was in Mecca, not when he became victorious. He said, this deen will reach every place, night and day reach. Subhanallah. And we see it. And he didn't see that in his lifetime. But we witnessed that. Okay? This is something very important that we have. This trust on Allah, ya akhwan. ولهذا the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said لو توكلتم على الله حق التوكل لرزقكم كما يرزق الطير تغدو خماصا وتروح بطانا. If you have true tawakkul in Allah, He will give you sustenance that He would give to the birds. They don't have jobs. They're not registered anywhere. They don't have companies to work for, or anybody who's given them a salary at the end of the month, or nothing. But they have full tawakkul in Allah. But they don't sleep at their nests and say, oh, we have tawakkul. No, true tawakkul. He will give you sustenance as He gives to the birds, where they go with empty stomachs. And they come back, they raise families, they build houses. You see? They run a successful life. You see? They have their mates, they have their families, they have their children, they feed them, they go out. And if you have the tawakkul in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you work on it, our tawakkul is not a passive tawakkul that people has come up with it, which is not part of Islam. Okay, say, okay, I'll have tawakkul, I'll stay here, people will give me food. No, this is not Islam. You go and work. And this is why you have trust on Allah, that you'll find your rizq, that you'll find a place where you'll have your own opportunities. If you don't have that trust in Allah that He's open opportunities, you will be staying. This is not tawakkul. This is against tawakkul. This is tawakkul, or dependency. This is tawakkul. It is tawakkul in Arabic, mean dependency. Okay? You depend on nothing. But here you trust on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is the work of the heart. This comes in the life of Prophet Muhammad sallam in many places. You know, when he left Mecca and he was in the cave at Ghar Thawr. Okay? And those were coming to trace him and find out where he was. Abu Bakr said, oh Rasulullah, he was really afraid, not for himself, but for the Prophet. He doesn't want this light to be extinguished because they wanted to kill them. If they had caught them, they would have killed them. He said, don't worry, Abu Bakr. ما ظنك باثنين الله ثالثهما. Don't worry, Abu Bakr. How do you feel about two where Allah is their third? So, khalas. Because the Prophet ﷺ has executed all means possible at his disposal at that time to escape, to save the da'wah. He didn't say, okay, I trust in Allah. Oh, bring miracles, Allah, for me. No. You do it, then miracles will come. And they would look and they couldn't see him. They were looking at him. He said, Abu Bakr said, oh Allah, Prophet of Allah, if anybody with them would look at his feet, he would see us. But you just need to look like this. That's it. And they didn't. You see? For this trust that we have in Allah is a lesson that we learn from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. فَهُوَ سَيِّدُ الْمُتَوَكِّلِينَ. He is the master of all people who trust on Allah. And he is our own example in that. And I really say it, my brothers, we need these kind of things because in this life where things have become too materialistic, this materialistic world drives us away from these forms of ibadat. You see, astaghfirullah, subhanallah, this is great. Okay? Salah is great, but you need to look at your heart. This tasbih should really affect your heart. This salah should affect your heart. We make salah and you do it and you do it. And at the end of salah you say, how many rak'ahs have I made? Did I recite Fatiha? If you ask yourself, which surah I recited after Fatiha in the first rak'ah? Sometimes. So we need to work on our hearts. When I make salah, say, oh Allah, now I make salah, I want to devote everything for your sake. I want to do khushu', full contemplation on my salah. This needs training. You know, training the work of the heart is much greater than training the work of the faculties. It's easy to train my tongue and subhanallah, alhamdulillah, Allah akbar, than training my heart to be in a form of dedication and full contemplation when you make salah. It's easy to talk about these things, you know, trust Allah. When you're in difficult times, whom you trust? You know, now, alhamdulillah, we're enjoying that. But when you're in difficult times, the trust of the Prophet Muhammad merged. Said, don't worry, Abu Bakr. You know, Allah is with us, period. And if Allah is with you, you don't need And if Allah is not with you, if the whole world is with you, they will not benefit you. غفر الله لي ولكم وللمسلمين أجمعين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.